stormy night. Hey fans, welcome back to another edition of Boozin' with Jude. Good to see ya. Today, the dark and stormy. Now, I started out with what is considered like one of the worst opening lines of a literary work. You know, they talk about like really bad lines, and this actually is the thing people use when they're like, that's a bad literary line. It's like, it's a dark and stormy night. And guess what? It was actually an opening line to a novel, an 1830 novel called Paul Clifford by a guy named, I don't remember, Edward Bulwer Lytton, something like that. Anyways, I don't know if the novel's any good. I never read it. But we're going to do the dark and stormy. It's hot out. We've had tornado warnings. Max is like hiding in the bathroom. It's sunny now and humid with big clouds building up. What better thing than a rum drink that comes from Bermuda? Bermuda is on my bucket list. I've always wanted to go, and chances are, if I did, I'm going to disappear into the Bermuda Triangle in some dark and stormy trip and never be heard from again. But for now, we're going to do the drink, the dark and stormy. First thing to know, it's patented. So if you're going to do a real dark and stormy and call it that, you got to use this. Gosling's Black Seal Rum. There's a black seal on it. Okay, Bermuda Black Rum, 80 proof. The dark and stormy is like the national drink of Bermuda. So if you do get to go there, first of all, send me a postcard, and I'm really going to be angry at you because you got to go and not me. But second, you got to have a dark and stormy. It's an easy drink. Bob's your uncle. Boom. It's an easy drink to make. It has 2 items. I'm actually going to put in a third. I'll probably get sued, but there you go. Let me tell you about Gosling's, why it's associated with Bermuda. Why is it called Black Seal? I'm glad you asked. Okay, so the first thing to know is that it goes back to 1806. So there was a guy named James Gosling, who was a wine and spirit merchant, and he was in Kent, in Gravesend, Kent, right? So his son, James, okay, William was the older, James was the younger, so James was his son. James set sail in 1806 from Kent, which is in England, where I used to live. Not that I'm bragging. So in 1806, he set sail for America. Well, 90-some days later, the charter on the ship runs out. Boom. So they just put port into St. George's, Bermuda. That's as far as James Gosling got. And he set up like a spirit shop, which is still there today, St. George's. Like Gosling's Wine and Spirits Merchant, I don't know, whatever. But it's there. So, and they started producing, spirits, like this rum, for example. Why is it called Black Seal? There's a black seal on it. It has nothing to do with seals, though. So, up until World War I, this is really fascinating. They basically produced it in barrels, and people would come in with like whatever bottle, and they just put it in your bottle, and off you go, drinking your rum. Yo ho ho, and a bottle of rum, right? And then, in like about World War I time, what they started doing was taken from like the soldiers, or officers' mess, whatever, used champagne bottles, and they would put the rum in these champagne bottles. So they had to seal it. So they used like a black sealing wax to reseal the cork in it. Black Seal. People started asking for Black Seal. There you go. Gosling's Black Seal Rum. Now, what about the dark and stormy? Well, what I seem to recall is that some sailor, probably rightly, when looking at this drink, said that it's a color of a cloud that nobody in their right mind would ever sail under. So like dark and stormy, right? So you'll see what it looks like when we put it together. It is, like I said, it's patent. So if you're going to actually have a dark and stormy and call it that, you're supposed to use this. Also, they make a ginger beer, Gosling's ginger beer. I'm going to cheat today. I'm going to use Gosling's ginger beer, but I'm going to use like the light stuff because I'm trying to lose weight. Actually, I'm losing weight. Not that anybody really cares, but anyways, so I mean, ginger beer, sugar, calories. I love my ginger beer. Now, you can garnish it with a lime if you want to be authentic. You can or cannot, but you're not supposed to put lime juice in it, and guess what? I'm going to do it. Because you know what? Rum, it needs lime juice. So don't come sue me, Gosling's people. You know what? I like it this way. So it's It's going to be easy as pie. You take your glass. Take a nice tall glass. I got my mother's crystal glass. Here's my Gosling's Diet ginger beer. I am not on a diet, but you know, it's diet. It's non-alcoholic diet soft drink. Take your pick with your ginger beer. And so basically it's 1.5 ounces of Gosling's and then about 4 ounces. Just fill it up with your ginger beer and you're going to see me put in a little bit of lime juice. Okay, so let's take our Gosling's Black Seal rum. Going to use my jigger. Got to find the 1.5 ounces. I think that's it right there. It is a very dark. Wow. And it has a very spicy, interesting, it's herbally. It's a really interesting rum, okay? It's just, I don't know what else to say. It is kind of herbal and different. So, I'm going to take my ginger beer. Just probably fill it up pretty high. You can see already, it's sort of like iced tea. I mean, I don't really see, look, I've seen a lot of dark and stormy clouds over the last couple of days, and we're going to see a lot more the rest of the week. So, I mean, I don't see them looking that color. I mean, it's not black. The rum is black. But, and then I'm going to cheat here. Sorry, people. Just going to pour in a teeny bit of freshly squeezed lime juice. Just like enough to, like, if it were like a wedge, which I probably should have done, but, you know, I couldn't be bothered. And you don't have to stir it, but I am. So there you go. Take a little lime wheel, put it on the top, and Bob's your uncle. Ladies and gentlemen, the dark and stormy. Here's to the folks in Bermuda. You guys, you just keep waiting. I'm going to come there. I want to come visit so badly. It isn't easy to get there from here. It's like, you know, it's not that far, but it's going to take me overnight. It's like no direct flights from here. You go to New York, blah, 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 and then Bermuda Triangle stuff. Nobody cares. Anyways, here you go. Salute. That is a refreshing and good drink. Now remember, if you just make it with any rum, it's not a dark and stormy. And even if they hadn't patented it, this rum is so different that, you know, you have to kind of use it to get like what an authentic dark and stormy is, right? So, it's really a good, I mean, I'm not a big connoisseur of rum, but it's a good and interesting rum. It's a refreshing drink, you know, with the humidity and stuff, and that ginger just kind of, just boom. So, if you're a rum drinker, even if you're not, give it a try. It's good for the summer. I'm going to say put a little lime juice in it. It's not going to hurt you. It just goes really well with rum and with ginger, doesn't it? So, until next time, guys, enjoy your dark and stormies, but I hope all your days are sunny. Thanks for coming.